Hey guys, Nadine VandenHeuvel here, owner of Goderich and Kincardine Fit Body Forever. I'm super excited to actually have Dr. Dan Ritchie here, and he is the president and co-founder of the Functional Aging Institute. Welcome, Dan.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I love doing these interviews.
Awesome. So for those of you that don't know, Dr. Dan also owns Miracle Fitness in West Lafayette. Did I say that
Yep, that's right.
correctly? Perfect. In Indiana, and West Lafayette is the home of Purdue University, where Dr. Dan completed his PhD in kinesiology, probably one of the most famous for Neil Armstrong, correct?
That's right. We put out more astronauts than any university in the world.
Great. Okay. So Dr. Dan is here with us, and he was actually the personal PFP, Personal Trainer of the Year in 2014. So we're both personal trainers of the years, eh?
That's right. You got it.
Awesome.
Congrats to your honor. That was a big deal.
Yeah, thank you very much. So welcome, and thanks so much for doing this interview with us today, Dan.
Yeah, I am so excited for your Fit Body Forever program and happy to share whatever information you guys are looking for. So fire away.
Awesome. Okay, Dan, so can you tell me what the Functional Aging Institute is all about?
Yeah, I mean, Cody, Sipe, and I both got our PhDs at Purdue University, and believe it or not, major universities, they're not too excited about us wanting to test people over the age of 65, right? We're like, hey, we want to knock them down, we want to push them around, we want to see what it takes to improve their balance, make sure they're not going to fall. Cody even wanted to do power training with older adults, right? And the university was like, wait, we get special exemptions for that. And so we really wanted to study how do people maintain their function as they age, and we spent years doing that, and we've kind of studied about 20 years of the research and science behind what does it take for someone to live really, really well to 90, 95, 100, and we decided let's form a company and teach a fitness model that allows people to age really well, really gracefully, really beautifully, and so the Functional Aging Institute was formed in 2013. And we're now in 16 countries around the world. We have certified functional aging specialists in 16 countries, and we're really excited about that because that means there are now fitness professionals teaching people how to do fitness to age really, really well.
Great, yeah, and for myself, I'm certified with the FAI as well as my team here at Goderich and Kincardine. So we're really excited to be partnered with you guys for that.
Yeah, I was excited to come to Canada twice in 2016. Actually, I came in 2016 and the fall of 2015. So yeah, we're spreading out all over the world. In fact, last year I was in, besides Canada, 3 or 4 other countries as well. So it's exciting.
That's really awesome. So I've heard you speak about the FAT model. Can you explain that training model and why it is important for people over the age of 50?
Yeah, the FAT model. Everybody wants to hear about the FAT model. So it stands for Functional Aging Training. And really, it's sort of a combination of optimal aging and functional training for human movement. And so we look at what does it take for someone to function really well in their 60s, in their 70s, in their 80s, and even their 90s. And then we start to look at what sort of fitness things do we need to train, right? Because what the research actually has shown us, interestingly enough, Nadine, is that strength training is only one factor, and just staying strong as we get older actually is not the only thing I need. In fact, I think as fitness people, we used to think, well, if we just get older people stronger, we'll solve all their problems, right? Because we do know as you get older, you get a little bit weaker, but you also get a little bit slower, and you lose sort of your sensation in your hands and your feet, your touch changes, your vision changes. My sense of what my knee is doing in relation to my hip changes, my reaction time changes. When we start to add up about 20 different things that are changing, we realize it's a lot more than just strength.
Yeah.
And so the functional aging training model says, how do we build principles into our entire training philosophy that's going to impact total function so that our clients can age really, really well and do all the things that they need to do, they like to do, and they want to do with as much ease and enjoyment as possible.
Yeah, for sure. And that's one thing that, some of our members have really expressed after doing Fit Body Bootcamp for so many years. It's really interesting for our Fit Body Forever members saying, that they're just trying to improve in their gardening or, even taking care of a loved one as well, just having the abilities and just even having the escape to join Fit Body Forever to have some rest time from that as well. So,
yeah, absolutely.
all right. So what's the number one benefit that most fitness programs are not delivering for clients over the age of 50?
Yeah. So Cody and I really like to keep that simple and say, you know what, the number one benefit overwhelmingly fitness programs are missing is function. The fitness program is designed to get someone stronger, or maybe it's designed to help them walk farther, or maybe even improve their cardiovascular fitness, but it's not designed to actually impact their function. And let me just sort of define what we mean by function. And so we always come back to there are kind of three categories of things that we do in life. There are things we need to do, right? Like I need to go to the grocery store. Well, not very exciting, right? Like if I told you the most exciting thing I did was go to the grocery store, you'd be like, man, your life is miserable, right? But I need to do it, right? It's something I need to do, right? I need to do the laundry. I need to do basic household tasks, right? Well, it'd be really nice if all the things I need to do were not difficult, right? And I could do them with ease, right? But then there are things I like to do, and there are things I really want or even dream to do, right? Like that might be horseback riding, or going for a boat ride, or walking on the beach with a loved one, or playing with my grandchildren in the park, or playing golf, or in Canada, it's probably got to be ice hockey, right? Ice skating, or something winter related, snowshoeing, right? So whatever it is, right? There's things that I like to do and enjoy to do. And so I need to be able to have enough functional ability to really enjoy those things so I can do them with what we say greater ease, greater enjoyment, and less pain. That's really what function is about. And we think so many fitness programs fail to meet that criteria, because what we really want in the end is we want your Fit Body Forever clients to say, hey, I went tobogganing with my granddaughter and it was a blast, right?
Yeah.
Because it was so much fun to experience that with her, right? And my knees didn't hurt and I had plenty of energy to do it, right? And so that's what we mean when we talk about function, and that's the benefit that so many fitness programs are really missing for their older clients.
That's great. That's awesome. Cool. So why do you feel that Fit Body Forever is going to be and is so different for any of the people that are watching this video at home? Obviously, I've talked about it in many respects, and obviously you co-authored with me on my book, Fit Body for Life, and it talks about that in there as well. But can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, one of the big differences, and you have done a great job, Nadine, in that your staff are functional aging specialists. So they're looking at training from the approach of how do we maximize function? So how do we think about the goals of what I call the third age in life, right? So someone after the age of 55, 60, 65, their goals shift from, maybe the goals that someone in their 30s have, right? And their goals shift to, I want to be able to do all the things I want to do, right? And so your functional aging specialists are going to design the fitness program based on those sorts of outcomes. And so it's very different from go get on a treadmill, or go get on an exercise machine, or go sit in a fitness class, right? You're going to use principles that say, well, we got to train people on their feet, right? Because they got to be able to move really well on their feet. They got to be able to carry things. They got to be able to go upstairs. They got to be able to get in and out of a car. They've got to be able to do all these functional tasks, right? And so it's an entire philosophy of training that says, how do we help someone move better? How do we help someone feel better? How do we help someone have more energy to do all the things they want to do? It's less about what I call fitness vanity. It's less about even weight loss, right? Weight loss may happen. Sure, some people are going to lose weight, but that's just a bonus, right? If you're moving better, you're going to move more, which in turn will help you lose weight. So it's really the whole concept of treating the person as a whole individual and saying, we're going to give you a fitness program that is going to make you feel better when you're a year older. 5 years from now, you may be an even better, stronger version than you are today, which is really not what we're used to when we think about aging, right? And so now we're saying, hey, people that sign up for Nadine's Fit Body Forever program at 65 may be better versions of themselves at 67, 68, 70 years old than they are today. And that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. And, many of our members are, around, it's all about the quality of life, not just the quantity, right? So
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing. A lot of our members, current, Fit Body Bootcamp members ask about, what's the difference? And, you had already dug into that and just talked about it's not about that weight loss piece. If that happens, great. I don't think anyone's going to be usually upset about that, right? But also the small group training is a huge, huge plus because there's a lot of different things that could be going on with all the different members, different things that we need to pay attention to as coaches and as trainers, right? So just 6 to 8 people per session is a huge difference compared to, 30 plus members in our Fit Body Bootcamp program, right?
Yeah, it's much more like personal training. I mean, I really think the way we've designed it, it's not boot camp for older adults. It's personal training for our older adults, and so it's going to be more personalized. It's going to be more specialized. So if you have knee pain, if you've had a joint replacement, it's going to be designed with you in mind, right? It's not going to be that sort of mentality of, oh, we're going to work you so hard that you feel like you've been beat up when you left. No, it's going to be, we're going to train you so you feel really good when you leave. In fact, we want your knees and your back to feel better when you leave the workout, right? And so it is a shift, and the training is still challenging. It's not like they're easy workouts, but they are age appropriate, right? And so we want to make sure that we're stressing a 60 and 70-year-old body correctly, so we're not overstressing it. Make sure to the workout so they can move better, they're stronger, they're more functional. The reality is what you're going to be finding in your communities, Nadine, is you're going to be creating the people that are aging the best, right? And people are going to be like, wow, I don't know what you're doing, but you don't seem 72, right? And the reason we say that is because we see how people move, right? And when somebody moves like they look like they're 80, we start to think that they're older, right? And when somebody moves like they're 30 or 35, we think, wow, they must be younger than we give them credit for, right? And so that's really the goal, right? We want to maximize people's ability to move and function independently and just enjoy life, because I don't know if people listening to this are going to live 5 more years or 30 more years, but I do know if they're exercising at Fit Body Forever, they're going to maximize the years they have left, right? So we never really know how long we're going to live, right? We may be destined to live to 100. We may get hit by a bus tomorrow, right? But the reality is, if we're doing the things we need to be doing with functional fitness, we can live really, really well into our 90s.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about, is making sure that you're enjoying every day and you're able to do the things that you, want to do and what you need to do, right? So, awesome. Thanks so much for jumping on the call with me today, Dan. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Love doing this. One of these days I got to get up to your neighborhood and see your clients.
Yeah, sure.
But
sure.
like I have said before, Fit Body Forever and what the functional aging specialists are doing around the world is really going to change the face of aging. We're going to start seeing 75, 80, and 85 differently. We're going to start realizing that people in their 70s can play ice hockey if they want to, right? And it's just going to be the norm, right? Like, why shouldn't an 80-year-old take their granddaughter tobogganing? I can certainly imagine someday, 40, 50 years from now, you're going to be doing that with your grandchildren, right? Well, the key to that is function, right? I mean, the key to that is functional ability. And so that's the exciting thing about Fit Body Forever, is you're giving training opportunities to people of all ages, all fitness abilities, so they can live really, really well.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Dan. And for those of you that are watching us and interested in coming and trying out our Fit Body Forever program, we'd love to have you. Please contact us in either our Goderich or Kincardine location. All right, Dan, I hope you stay warm. What's the weather like down there?
It was snowing earlier today, so
Okay.
It's a little chilly. We do have winter here for sure. It was about 2 below.
Okay.
So I think you can relate to that. 2 below your temperature. So for us, that's like 29 or 30. So not too cold, right at about snowing temperature. I don't think we're going to get much though. So.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Thanks so much, Dan. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
All right, you too. Thanks.
Bye.